Wrong glasses, wrong glasses. Get the style consultant in here. And let's see if it's working. It is working. Wrong glasses, wrong glasses. Get the. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm John Miglash for the Wisconsin DMA and the International Society for Strategic Marketing. Oops, stop it there. Okay, well, the finger licking good commercials are back, and Kentucky Fried Chicken is back in business, I guess. And they took him away because Dr. Fauci said, at the beginning, I freaked out. I sprayed easy off on one of my keyboards of my computers. One made it, this one here, but the one behind me didn't. So then I found a Japanese one on eBay, and so now I have a Japanese computer. But I was so freaked out about touching stuff, and everybody was. So somebody handed me a business card, and then I was typing later, and then I thought I had to disinfect the whole keyboard. And, don't touch your face, don't touch your mask, don't touch anything. And yesterday or this week or something, the CDC said, oh, we were wrong about that outdoor transmission. Well, it was fun from a statistical standpoint. Happy Thursday. From a statistical standpoint, it was interesting because it was Yahoo or one of the news services picked it up and said, the chance of transmission is less than 10%, which sounds like a lot, 10% outdoor transmission without a mask. So, but the truth is it's less than 1%, and the highest possible estimate came from a study in Singapore where there was a construction company that had quite a bit of transmission, but somebody fact checked it and went to it's like the city of Singapore, state of Singapore. And they said, well, we didn't study whether it was indoor or outdoor. It could have been in their offices. We just know that a construction firm, but because a construction firm was mentioned, they just assumed that it had that. And that's where all the outdoor transmission information came from. It's really an interesting world we live in, how statistics get bandied about. And, that 10%, it's as high as 10% is a little like saying over 90% of the putts you leave short in golf don't go in. Over 90%. Yeah, well over. You could say over 50%. You could say over 10%. Over 10% of the putts you leave short don't go in the hole. Yeah, okay. All of those are true. It's just that it's 100%. It just is, right? And it's 99% sure you're not going to catch it going outdoors without a mask. So get out and enjoy the sunshine. In Wisconsin, we have precious few days. Today's a sunny day. So get out there and have a good time. Is anybody out there? Oh, I should be looking on LinkedIn. I like LinkedIn because, I don't know, I seem to have a lot of engagement over there. I don't see anybody making any comments. Anyway, yesterday was a bang-up day. If you didn't see that one, I highly recommend you go backwards. One of my posts, I did a 30-minute presentation on digital advertising, and I thought, oh, that's too hard. Nobody will watch it, although I did get a lot of views. But then I shortened it down to 10 minutes, and that one is a must-see. If you do digital advertising, or if you're getting pressured to do digital advertising from your chief financial officer and others that say, oh, mail is too expensive, why do we spend millions of dollars on mail when, but maybe you're generating tens and tens of millions of revenue. Tell them it's testable. And in the article, it shows that it's testable. So go over to WDMA.org. I don't think you saw, did you even see you didn't even see the Kentucky Fried Chicken commercial, did you? I'm watching it here. I must be slipping. No wonder there's no engagement here. I'm just talking to my screen. We're going to have a meetup on the 27th of May at 2 p.m. Meetups are no charge and no membership is required, and we don't record them, so you can't see them later. But it's a chance for you to talk about what's going well in your business, what kind of business you do. We've had some significant business done because of these meetups. It's why we used to go to conventions, remember? And maybe we'll go to conventions someday, but in the meantime, come on board. Talk about what's working. Talk about what's your challenges. Get some help from industry experts. We got some of the best people in the world coming. Some days they do, some they don't. We never know until it's time. So put it on your calendar. Get over to WDMA.org, and you can get the links and register. It's all there right now. It's in the upper right-hand corner. When you get to WDMA, just click on something that looks a little bit like this, and you can register. And it'll be a lot of fun. We always have fun. So anyway, Kentucky Fried Chicken is back. We didn't need to see that anyway. Now let's get over to the PDFs. Okay. Quiz. How many things can you do with a PDF, with QR codes, rather, not PDFs? And could you come up with at least 10? Okay. And this is great. Heidi Tolliver Walker, who we regularly, what they think, we regularly listen to Heidi, says she's going to gloat. Because for years she's been writing about QR codes and the value they bring to direct marketing. Me too. Although I remember, I don't know how old my kids were, but this has got to be 15 years ago or something. I was talking about QR codes, and I remember back in the mid-90s when Golf Digest, the whole thing was full of QR codes. Every ad had a QR code. But in those days, you had to download a special app to your phone, and people didn't want to do that. Why fill your phone up with apps, And so they didn't really get it. There wasn't enough synergy. But eventually, Android included the QR code reader in their phone. It doesn't work as well as it used to because one of the complaints of the QR code was that it might take you to some place you don't want to go. It might say, see our ad on ESPN or on YouTube, and instead of going to that ad in YouTube, it went to some naughty site or something like that wanted to get a lot of views, a lot of visitors or something, and that could be done, but and it could still be done with a fairly anonymous URL, but I don't think most people did, and so now the Android app has a special, you have to click, there's two symbols. One's looks like a racetrack with a line in the middle, an oval with a line, and the other is like two pieces of paper, and I never know which is which. I think, well, the website looks more like a piece of paper than a racetrack, and I'm always debating in my head, and I usually click the wrong one. The pieces of paper are the copy, although they're both blank, and I've had copiers like that. So anyway, my kids said, "Oh, Dad, nobody uses QR codes." But more and more QR codes are coming on stream, and there are a lot of different uses. I covered a story the other day that said you can go to payment methods, and I think that one might be the best. I've been working on a project for about 7 or 8 years now that bypasses the shopping cart, and it's like Amazon one-click. I can talk about that. People got nervous when I even mentioned it, like they were going to get sued for discussing an alternative. But this is merchant specific, which merchants like, because why should they promote PayPal or other things that don't keep you working with them? This is merchant specific, like based on an internal proprietary credit card, and it allows a one-click, and a QR code could work that way, especially if it was a personalized QR code, Pearl they call it, which is still readable. And I get them from my insurance agents every now and then, or I get insurance mailers that have a very small QR codes, can be only 1/4 of an inch or so. I also highly recommend, which isn't covered in the article, that you keep them that look like QR codes. Don't make them too fancy. Don't hide them in a picture like some catalogers have tried, because they require a different app. The regular QR code reader won't recognize that embedded oftentimes. So make them look normal so people get it. It's like seeing a big 800 number. People know that, you're trying to get them to respond to something. Even if they don't, they get what's going on. So a QR code is like that. Okay, and so here's some 10 uses. QR code use is being driven partly by the pandemic, partly by incentives. Did you know you could get a 2% discount on multi-channel mail, including specific mention of a piece that uses QR codes. So just by putting a QR code on there, and I highly recommend you test it. I always say test it. Put, do 80% with them and 20% without, and then match back the response rate. My phone is outdated. Okay. Does it go directly does it directly open the QR code? That's Kate out there. Because mine give you still have to do another option. So you scan it, that works great. But instead of going directly to the link, it asks you, do you want to open the link or do you want to copy the link? That's what those symbols are. And it may be that I have an outdated phone. I hope so. I hope they fix that, because the old apps used to go right to where I wanted to go. Don't ask me 3 times if I really wanted to go there. I wouldn't have scanned it if I didn't want to go there. Right? Save it for later. No, that's not my thing. And where does it copy anyway? Now you got to paste it into something, or before you do something else, go on to something else. Okay. Takes viewers directly to content without requiring them to launch it. Well, yeah, almost, sort of. Okay, so who's mailing what had QR codes second in their direct mail trends, and you might want to 10 uses for QR codes you might not have thought about. Add a contact listing, make a telephone call, send a text, write an email, make a payment, watch a video, create a calendar event, follow social media accounts, add a preferred Wi-Fi network. Not sure about that one. I just maybe it's on a restaurant menu or something that you can go to a special Wi-Fi network. I just want to get to the internet. I don't care which Wi-Fi, as long as I don't get hacked. Okay, so if you're a PSP, which is a print service provider, I know that now. Take your time to educate your customers about them too. Your customers will get excited about them. And the better response you get, the better matchback you get, the more people will like mail. But you got to get them over to digital, because everybody runs their order processing, and their website and all that. Everybody checks digital eventually. If you're selling heating and air conditioning, they're going to go to your site and see if you look like you're real. It's quick. So don't let them go to Yelp. Don't let them go to Google. Take them to your real website. That's what you want. And then you can mail them another postcard if you do the IP lookup. Okay, remember, using QR code is free, so there's no reason to free think of it. Excellent article. Thank you, Heidi. Have a great day. Like and share. Your friends